Hey Sam, how you doing?
Hey Lewis, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to launch this season of Vertical Blocks Phantom Edge with you being the first guest, and actually with this topic that's super exciting and creating momentum within the Phantom ecosystem, right? Alongside Sonic itself. So let's dive right in. I know in 2023 we had two big hackathons, correct? That kind of produced
Right.
really great teams and great products. Much of them are actually still building and creating momentum. But now we have something called Sonic Labs. So can you tell us how Sonic Labs came to be and what can participants expect?
Thanks, Lewis. And it's really fun to begin 2024 with a labs program. And you're right, we saw some success with our hackathons last year. We saw the likes of Est of the Kingdoms, we saw Adventure RPG, and a few others. And that's really exciting to see that progress with those hackathons. However, we did encounter a few problems that were they were a bit of a hurdle for those hackathons, and that was something called hackathon farming. Now, I'm not sure if hackathon farming is a real definition or not. However, what we saw was projects would apply to the hackathon, and it was very obvious that they had applied to tens, if not like hundreds of hackathons beforehand. So they have a sort of template which they would apply for, and they had a very good way of moving the way up to the top, ticking all the right boxes. However, once they would win the prize, generally, their goal isn't to stick around. They just want to take the prize money and go on to the next hackathon. So when we look at the fandom ecosystem and who we're providing these grants to and who we're providing this support to,
Mhm.
it's important that we don't give it to those who just want to take the money and go on to do something else, right?
Yeah.
We want to invest in those who want to invest back into the ecosystem. We want to find projects who want to invest in themselves. And that's what Sonic Labs is all about. It's supporting those projects with a big vision, hardworking team, and we're going to give them everything we can at the foundation to make sure that they're successful.
Mhm.
So this leads us into Sonic Labs, and Sonic Labs, I can give a bit of a timeline on
Mhm.
what it's focused on. So it started around December the 14th, and it's been going on for almost a month now.
Yeah.
Applications will be open up until the 6th of February, so you still have plenty of room to apply. And trust me, there's no one who is a winner beforehand. We're very open with how we're going to pick these people and these teams. So please do apply. It's great to kind of get various opportunities going. Um, then after the 6th, we're going to start picking these teams. So the process will be me and a few
Mhm.
other foundation members nailing down the applications to possibly top 10, top 15. And
Mhm.
then these applications will be presented to Andre and Michael to pick the top five winners. And then from there, we're going to launch them throughout the year. I mean, this is really the beginning of the beginning, not the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
It's the work is going to start once you win because we're going to throw so much support at you, which I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about today.
Now, you mentioning support right now, right? It's clear that Sonic Labs is more hands-on compared to a traditional hackathon or even a grant system. Can you explain a little bit more about the differences, Sonic Labs compared to those other two?
Yeah, so we do have some grant systems out there today within the fandom ecosystem. I'd say one of the leading is gas monetization, and we've just provided, I think, about 150,000 US dollars in our last bonus round to the winners. And if you want to find out more about that, look up gas monetization Phantom, and we can have some links below as well. Um, this is very different as that grant model is more targeted towards dApps who have already got some success, they're already
Yeah.
getting transactions, and they can capitalize on that. This is more about the apps at the upstream. They're really just starting out. They have a vision. They have they have the smarts to be able to execute it, and they're looking for that support on how to do that, right? And they're looking for people to work with, and they need financing and liquidity and legal supports as well as intros and marketing. And there's just so many different aspects you need to have a successful dApp today, and that's what Sonic Labs is all about. So it's a much more holistic approach to how we support the project rather than just a revenue split share within gas monetization.
Mhm.
So that is one of the core differences. Now, within this project, I did mention before, we have support from our third-party partners such as
Mhm.
Pith Network. We have Mark from there. We also have Christoph from Request Finance. And these guys are going to be great help. We also have Andre Cronje, the
Mhm.
leader of DeFi. He's been such a great support of Fantom, and he's done awesome projects before, such as Yearn, and the list goes on. To have his experience helping you build out your application is massive, right? It's just such a big resource you can tap into. And that's another thing that makes this really, really different, not just to some of our other grant programs, but to any hackathon out there or any accelerator out there. This is really unique support that you'll be getting, especially coming into 2024 to be able to leverage, Andre and all of these other support avenues that we're going to offer. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think even that, right? Working with Andre is so valuable, right? He's been pivotal in the ecosystem as a whole, not even just here at Fantom, obviously, but as the whole grand scheme of things. So, uh, the next question I have is, obviously this is a very beneficial to builders, but what is the foundation expecting from this experiment? Can if we see a success with Sonic Labs now? Is this an ongoing thing for the years to come? What's the expectation from the foundation itself?
So it's to help build out our grassroots community. This won't be the only program. We plan on doing many more of these programs. Hopefully, 3, 4 times a year would be great. Um, the bigger difference and what we kind of want to expect from this is we want to work with these teams to build out their MVP product. They'll have the grant funding, they'll have a company structure, they'll have, all these various avenues of support that will provide them. And we plan on presenting them to a bunch of our VC partners.
Mhm.
And some news about those will come out next week. However, the idea is to continue giving them support. So it's not just about this accelerator program; it's about what's after. And so we expect these teams to, really be dedicated to their idea because we're going to keep pushing them and keep giving them support so they can achieve their goals and create hopefully a game-changing dApp within the ecosystem. So it's much more long-term orientated, and it's really here to advance the industry as a whole, utilizing Fantom technology.
Yeah. Obviously, you've been leading and spearheading this endeavor and initiative, right? I'm curious to know, what are you personally excited about Sonic Labs? And aside from just the labs, I mean, Sonic Mainnet is being launched this year. What are you personally excited with all these initiatives coming into play?
It's super exciting. I mean, 2024, it's shaping up to have a lot of tailwinds. You have the ETF that was announced today. You have a presidential election this year in the US. You have forecasted rate cuts, and you have the halvening. So you have all of these massive tailwinds coming behind this Sonic Labs program. You combine that with the Sonic-based technology, so upwards of 200 million transactions a day, with a bunch of other really cool things such as storage reduction. What this is making is it's this perfect catapult for your idea. So you're going to have all of these tailwinds, the best technology, a great year ahead, and all you have to do is execute it with us. So that's what I'm really excited about working with these teams, because we can just push them into this, and I'm sure that the chances of success are a lot higher than I'd say previous years because we have the great technology, we have a positive year, and that's something to really get excited about.
Absolutely. I think it's gonna be quite interesting, right? And I mean, Sonic itself, mainnet is gonna be pivotal. I mean, we see the test net, the builders test net did great numbers. People are excited. And obviously the goal is to attract more builders, right? More talent into the Fantom ecosystem to either expand their current product or start here, right? Call Fantom their home. Now, I have a community question that we got from X, right? They want to know, how much equity does the Phantom Foundation plan to gain from the project, assuming there is or isn't. Can you answer that for us?
Of course, so we'll be handing out roughly 1 million Phantom in grants to the top 5 winners. So if top 5 winners are chosen, it'll be roughly 200,000 Phantom each. If less are chosen, it'll obviously be more. We do plan on considering investment to the top 5 winners, especially alongside some of our VC partners. But it hinges on how much effort you want to showcase and how much growth you start to show within the app itself. It's
Mhm.
going to be a different decision-making tree for investment compared to picking the winner, but you will be in a very optimal position to be invested into for sure.
Yeah, another question here is, who are the judges and what specific criteria is being judged?
Yeah, so that's a great question. And the criteria, it's a range. So first, we're going to be looking at your vision. What is your product market fit? What it will take you to succeed? Who are you looking to target, right? Utilizing Sonic's technology. So we want to see applications focus on using the tech. This will be one of the, I'm biased here, but it will be one of the best tech stacks out there to build on. And we want to see people take advantage of that and utilize it. The next is they've identified a target user base. They know who they want to target. They know why they're targeting them, and they have a very clear vision on how they're going to get there. The next will be uniqueness. Is it another fork where they're not providing a lot of difference on the fundamental value proposition of that application, or are they bringing a whole new concept to the table, or just providing a lot more providing something that we haven't seen today, basically,
Mhm.
or at least a really cool variation of something we have already seen. The next would be positive marketing effects and positive effects within the Fantom ecosystem and its users. So we want to see, can this collaborate with other dApps? What effect will this have within the Fantom ecosystem? Is it something that we lack already, or is it something that we really need? And then the last would be, have they showcase or can they showcase a good marketing approach? So how would they market, product market fits, and how are they realistically approaching getting their user base? So these are the core things that we're looking for in this program, and we'll make sure that this is outlined in a tweet or a thread.
Yeah. Absolutely, Sam. Well, I think yeah, we have clear sense of what Sonic Labs is, what to expect, both from the foundation, what the foundation expects, what builders can expect, and obviously the value that's, packed into here. Like you said, it's more of like a incubation, if you will,
Yeah,
compared to a general hackathon or just a simple grant program that people apply to and have milestones or however the ecosystem is doing it now. So, Sam, thank you for your time and super excited, right, for this and Sonic
thanks,
obviously
Lewis.
main it. So we'll talk soon, and hopefully we could talk in the coming months to see how the progress of Sonic Labs is doing.
Cool. I'll see you around.
All right, chat soon.